Hello everyone, just an update here on the goings-on in my work. As many of you know, I've closed down the Ask a Monk series in the sense of not accepting any more questions. I've been trying to answer the questions that are left over, and I think I'm going to change that. So there are, I think, still about 100 questions that people have asked on Google Moderator via YouTube that I haven't answered. And with your permission, or unless anyone strongly objects, I'm not going to answer them. Because now, for many of you are probably already aware, many of you are already aware, because you've been looking at my Facebook page or the website or so on. I've started something new, and the idea is to have a replacement for Google Moderator. The problem with the Ask a Monk series was it's not a was, it's still alive, but it's going to take a little different form. There are too many questions. And when I stopped accepting new questions, I assumed I'd have a set and I could deal with them and eventually move on. But when I closed the forum down, then people started emailing me and sending me private messages, and the questions just more and more and more are actually increasing. So it's just too many for me to make a video for each. I mean, not even 100 left. How can I make 100 videos now? By the time I'm finished, the questions will all be outdated. Many of them, people have moved on or whatever. It'd be much nicer to at least have some feedback to the questions, or to be able to filter out some of the questions that could be answered. Some could be answered with text, some maybe could be answered by other people, and some will have to be filtered out. So that's one problem that I think I've addressed with the new project. And the second one is that it's very difficult to coordinate the answers with the questions, and to find out which questions have been answered, and figure out which ones are voted high. Google Moderator is a little too simple for that. So it would be nice to be able to link the video, have the video posted as a response to the question, and be able to see which questions are recommended and which questions are not, and to actually see the answer right there, whether it be a text answer or a video answer. So some of you are already aware that I've implemented something on our website that answers both these questions, and that is the new site called ask.sirimangalo.org, ask.sirimangalo.org. If you know our website, then you just put an ask in front of it. And the website is having problems. It's always fun trying to keep a website up and going. So sometimes it might be down, but it seems to be fairly stable. So if you go there, you'll see something that is quite similar to, I don't know, I'm not really big on the internet, but I do know there's this one site network called Stack Exchange, which is for computer users. When I have questions about my server, I can go and ask them, how do I do this, how do I do that? And it works as a question and answer forum. I don't know if there are other examples out there. Maybe everyone's on them. It's kind of like Facebook, I guess, where you get people post things and you get to like or dislike, and you get to post comments to them and so on. But it's focused on providing answers to people's questions. So one person asks a question, everyone else in the forum can take make an answer to it. And then they can vote on the question, they can vote on the answer. And what's neat about this is they have a plugin, or a feature that allows you to submit videos as responses. So if you check it out, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. It's all there. You have to sign in, and you ask your question. And I don't want people to despair about the questions that haven't been that I'm just going to throw away from YouTube. I want people, if you asked a question and it didn't get a response, and you really think it's a valid question and one that deserves a response, and you really like a response, post it. Please do me the favor and post it again on the ask.sirimangalo.org. I could do it myself, but then it's coming from me. The best thing is if it comes from you yourself, and that you get involved and try to help other people and so on. So the idea is people can, if I'm not able to answer all the questions people have, other people can answer them. And it's already taken off. If you look there, you can see people have already started answering questions, which is great, because many of these questions are like technical questions that anyone could, or many different people could answer. And it doesn't require me or any specific person. And so I think this will be a great way to bring the benefit that we were trying to get out of Ask a Monk without all of the difficulties and the technical challenges. So, for my part, I'm going to try to look from time to time and find questions that I think people really want to see an answer for. Questions that are recommended, and post videos, and those that I think don't need to require a video, but I can give some textual comments or give a link or so on. I can do that as well. So I think it's going to be a great thing. Please do check it out. Sign up and start asking questions and voting on other questions. I think there's something about you need to have been involved for some time before you can vote or so on. But I'll try to take a look. It's an interesting platform anyway, and it looks like it's already doing great. It looks like it's going to be a great tool for spreading the Buddha's teaching. I mean, the real thing here about all this is that there is so much in the Buddha's teaching and so much benefit to be had from just simple technical explanations, not even from profound realizations. If you just pass on some of the things that the Buddha said, simply by not hearing these things, people are missing out on quite a bit. So please don't be shy and give advice, but try to, whatever you've learned about the Buddha's teaching or about the meditation, and pass on this information. It would be a shame if we were all just to stick to the old methods of helping out the people around us, and when the world is looking and is searching and is open to these things, and all you have to do is post something on the internet and you can help a great many people. So for me, it's just a means of answering the questions that I get. I mean, I never really had the intention to put myself out there, but it was kind of like, answering emails is a bit of a drag, because you answer one email and then you got 3 more people asking the same question. So how do you answer the same question once? So you publish it, normally in a book form. Okay, now on the internet, when you publish it on the internet, well, this is how it's evolved, and so this is the final product as of today, as just as a means of me being able to respond to the queries and the requests that people have had. So I hope this helps, and I'd like to apologize for not answering emails and not answering many of the questions that people have had, but I think from what I've said, it's clear that the reason is not that I'm not that I didn't appreciate your question or so on. It's just that I'm quite swamped with all the various emails, and obviously this isn't the only thing I'm doing. I mean, I am here in a meditation center, and we're trying to get this started. Started and going. If I can take a little bit more time, because I'd rather just make one video and then have to come back and make another one. So let's also give some updates here. What am I doing? Tomorrow I'm off to off to see the world, I guess. I'm off to Thailand So on Saturday, I'll be in Thailand all day in Bangkok, and I'm going to. Was invited for lunch and to go around to see a meditation center there or whatever. I would like to go see a specific monastery actually, but I'm not sure if I'll have time. And then flying to America, I'll be in California for 5 days, and then off to Canada, to Winnipeg for 7 days. I was invited to teach and to take part in a celebration. This year, as many of you are aware, is the 2600th anniversary, according to the Sri Lankan reckoning, of the Buddha's enlightenment. So it's a pretty big deal. It's every 100 years, the 26th centennial. So many people are trying to celebrate that, and well, it's nice that I'll be able to take a part in a group of people's celebration. And then I'll be off to Toronto to visit my father, and New York to visit my mother. But there are people who I'm going to meet, and people who are interested in talking or learning about meditation or so on. And then I'm coming back here. I'll be back here for the rainy season, and hopefully in this time we'll have built at least one meditation hut for female meditators, actually, because we have place for male meditators, but Sri Lankans are quite conservative about women, and I mean, it's not just a matter of having a locked door and this kind of basic security. They want to have women in a special section, with gate or whatever, in a proper place. I mean, I think staying in a cave for many Sri Lankans doesn't seem appropriate for a single woman who alone. Which, I mean, it may seem absurd to many of us, and I'm not that. It's not something that bothers me, but it bothers them, and well, what can you do? So sometimes you can just ignore it and try to pretend that there's just ignore people's complaints and go ahead and do it anyway. But if possible, it's nice to meet halfway and say yes, okay, we understand there could be dangers and so on. And so we're going to build a kuti anyway. I mean, we need kutis. We need many huts, meditation rooms. So we're going to be building them anyway. But the first one will be a woman's room, because we don't have rooms anyway. I mean, there's the room where the monk stays, and so that's an area for male monks and men. Then there's another monk kuti that they're building. Then there's these 2 caves. That's all we've got. So I'd like to build maybe during the rainy season or after, we'll build a hall and with some rooms attached to it. There is funding for that. But for now, we'll go start with a single kuti, I think, and fixing up bathrooms, because we also don't have bathrooms. There's 2 bathrooms, and they can't. By Western standards, I don't think they could be called bathrooms. I mean, for me, I've seen worse, but I think for people coming from abroad, it's quite difficult. So we're going to try to fix those up and get at least one hut built, and then we open, and people can come to practice meditation. So keep in touch and stay tuned. And thanks to everyone for tuning in and for all of your feedback. It's so great to see people appreciating the teachings. I'm not doing this because it brings me great benefit. I mean, the benefit that I get is the peace and contentment, knowing that I'm doing a good thing and that the world is becoming a little bit, not a great thing, but it's becoming a little bit better because of something that I'm doing. So. It's only because of your feedback. If people were telling me that it's useless and that everything is already out there and there are other monks teaching all of this already and I don't need it, then I'd stop and I'd go back to my meditation. But it looks like there is a need, and people are are looking and have found something here. So thanks for your appreciation and your feedback, and for your practice to help to make the world a better place, help to make our minds better, help to become free from this chaos that has enveloped humanity. So thanks a lot for everything, and you're welcome as well for all that I have done. May it be of great benefit to you and for all of the people around you and for the whole world. So, best wishes, wishing you all peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering. All the best.